Welcome back, everyone, to Pontus Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 4, Episode 3 of Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. We're on the third day of the Chapter 3 adventures. We had continued our quest that started out with the Lady's Task from Mirror Lake. In order to get down here to the first farmhold, we had to create this menhir. So we're going to start by reducing our menhir by 1 each for the start of the next day. And then we're going to continue on to that. The quest says to us that follow Ephrair to the first farmhold. Here's the first farmhold. And see if he has the true Grail. So one thing that we found was that the Grail was not the true Grail. I'm going to also reduce this by 1 more. And when this goes down to 3, I need to reduce this card. I need to change this card to a different card. So let's keep track of that as well. And we'll jump into day number 3. Before we do, a quick shout out to this channel's sponsor, Pontus Fathom Press. Cat Journals out of Lovecraft Providence Omnibus, collecting all 6 volumes of August Moldenhauer, Giuseppe Balsamo's Out of Lovecraft's Providence, and Disclosure from the Necronomicon Fragment. You can buy all the individual editions. They are still in print, so go check those out in the bookstore link below. But Cat Journals Omnibus Edition, Special Edition, hardcover format, great collection item to add to your Lovecraft collection. We've also got Alchemy and Anthroposophy in the Dune Saga, with a new Dune movie coming up. Topics like the ethics of Frank Herbert in God Emperor of Dune. This is very interesting stuff, and deep dive into why people love Dune so much and why Dune is actually something very interesting for us to look at. And lastly, our podcast series. We've got the newest volume, Esoteric Dragon Mysteries, Decoding the Dragon Symbol in Myth and Occult Traditions. If you're fans of Tainted Grail, this really fits in because we talk somewhat about the Arthurian legends in here. Dragon and the Grail, the Holy Grail, Bloodline, Pendragons, the works of Lawrence Gardner. So maybe we'll do some deep dives into that. These all help to support the channel. As usual, you can also check out our Patreon, and for as little as $1, help to support what we do. If you like what we're doing here, really appreciate that feedback and that support. You can stay abreast of our Song of Ice and Fire gameplay and miniature painting, our Joan of Arc miniature painting. We'll be doing some more Tainted Grail miniature painting throughout this year as well. And we've just wrapped up some painting videos for A Song of Ice and Fire. We've got the Tully Cavaliers looking great. So go check those links out as well. Liking, subscribing, sharing helps to grow the channel. Okay, so let's jump right in without further ado into day number 3. So we'll grab our random event off the top of the desk, and we have good weather. Your first travel today costs 1 less. So experienced journeymen know to make the most of decent weather while it lasts. So let's be experienced journeymen. We'll go down to the first farmhold as experienced journeyman. And let's look into this. It says, draw a purple encounter card when you enter this location once per day. Okay, so we have a purple encounter card, and it's a flesh wraith. Wow, let's see if we've got these flesh wraith in our Monsters of Avalon. Let me go check the box here. I have a flesh wraith in the box, but what I'll do is I'm just going to use this mini to represent that flesh wraith. It says, as you grow weaker, it grows stronger. So we can combat this flesh wraith. Let's make our decks here for the combat. Let me put this here. Put these like this. First off, we're going to grab our combat decks and start out with Bayor here. Let's have him. He's going to go ahead with. Let's see what he can play here. Yeah, so if he sets up with that, actually he'll set up with this one. It's even better. I think this one's even better. We get 2 damage for this one. If you're using a weapon or shield, you're using to gain this. This item is inactive until the end of combat. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so let's go ahead and check with Maggot. We'll get his deck set up. So first of all, we're going to get 2 on the attack to this one right off the bat. We need to get up to 10. But let's go ahead with an additional of these. That's going to give him 2 more. So place this at 4. Okay. And then that'll be that. And then Bayor can come back in with with this one perhaps. Yeah, with this one. Come in here, we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 and 6. So lose 1 strength for each gain. Gain 1 for, so down 1, 2, 3, 4. So we get the Flesh Wraith. We've defeated the Flesh Wraith here, but we do lose 1 energy, and we gain 1 for each of these for the power here. So we're going to put these in the pool, and I'll just discard these cards for now. Okay, so we've gotten that encounter. It says the first foothold of Avalon's conquerors now ruined. This is crippling strength. This goes back to Bayor's combat deck. Okay, so let's take a look at our exploration now. First farmhold 117. Let's just review our active quest again. Our active quest says follow Airfear. Okay, so the first farmhold. When humans first set foot in Avalon, they occupied a small strip of land, ripped away from the weirdness by Arthur's druid Merlin. Besieged by horrors and ancient powers, they raised round the fort of Tainted and survived for 3 long years within its walls. After the conquest ended, only a small farmhold remained near the fort. Unfortunately, the local menhir, being the oldest, was also the first to go dark. So if you have part 2 of the remnants status, remnants, we don't have that. Otherwise, climb the foot, inspect the dead menhir, go to the farmhold, use secret 33. Do we have Last Haven? Last Haven. Okay. Okay, so it says we can go to, let's go to, okay, let's go to climb the wall of the fort. So we're going to climb the wall of the fort. We're just going to go looking around. So as you walk around the ring fort, you discover no gate. See, if you see this, there's a ring fort here in the first farmhold. So the first farmhold that has this ring fort. You guys can see that. So we're going to kind of do that. It also has this view of the first farmhold here. You can see this card. So we're going to go ahead and as you walk through the ring fort, you discover no gate or other visible entrance, only the remains of a wooden crane atop the wall. In ancient times, defenders used a system of winches and a large wicker basket to haul people and cargo up. Now the only way to enter is to scale a slick stone wall. Roll a die. For each, +1 for each of your... Okay, so we can roll a die. Yep, 4... 5, 6. Okay, 5 plus, we get +2 because we have the Adventurer's Kit. So we go to verse 6. If you're playing chapter 13, go to verse 17. Otherwise, read on. You have successfully climbed the stone wall. Now you can look into the fort when someone sets camp up recently. Most of the tents are collapsed and sprayed with blood. One is intact. In the middle of the courtyard, a massive hole gapes. Descend into the courtyard and search through the remnants of the camp. Go to verse 3. As you get down to the wall, you look around the destroyed camp and find it deserted. Maybe this is the camp. Place a time token on this location card. So we're going to place 1 time token on this location card. Time token on this location card. Okay, and then it says... Verse 3. Then choose search the nearby damaged tents. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to search the nearby damaged tents. The tents closest to the hole in the wall were obliterated. Not much but scrapes of bloodied cloth and a few broken beams remain. As you inspect them closer, you see there's a lot of broken equipment scattered in the mud, nothing of use to look at. If you have the Riddle of Old Steel status, or the Stonemason's Secret status, so Riddle of Old Steel. Riddle of Old Steel, yes, we have the Riddle of Old Steel. Go to, we need to go to, let me borrow this one for a second. We go to 1 1 2 1 1. So we gotta go to Book of Secrets. Book of Secrets. Stop right there, traitorous scum. An angry Druid shouts at you. Maggot, I can't even think of a fitting insult because your existence is an insult itself. You are banished from the moon ring forever. How dare you show yourself in the sacred ground? You are surrounded by people with stones and clubs in their hands. Prove you're a changed man now. Go to verse 102. Let's prove that we're a changed man now. Go to verse 102. Sum up your blank and blank. Only match attributes levels count even in a party. Sum up your... Okay, so he's got maggot. He's got his practicality and his... So that's... Add 5 points for maggot's rep. So that's... Okay, and then... They 4+. They embrace you as the prodigal son. If you don't have maggot's redemption status, each character gains 2 experience. Okay, so we gain 2 experience. Wow. And we're going to gain maggot's redemption status. So we get maggot's redemption status. Maggot's redemption. Okay, so we'll check that off. And that's going to be the end of our exploration for the day. So that's going to wrap it up for the day. Let's we'll take some food and heal up here. We'll rest for the day, and that's going to wrap us up. We'll see you guys in round number 4 as I clean up the board and get ready for the next round. Thanks for watching. See you in the next gameplay. Bye bye.